Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an ASMR plucking, an ASMR energy plucking on letting go of fear. For any of you who that's particularly relevant to. So if you haven't subscribed, then please hit the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so that you can be notified every time I post a new video. And let's jump into the ASMR plucking. So I believe that you may have been experiencing some thoughts relating to fear. We often fear the future. It feels like something that's out of our control. It feels so easy to think about all of the scenarios that could go wrong. But so often we forget to think about all of the things that could actually go right. And today I want us to pluck out those thoughts of fear that you're experiencing, and I also want us to talk about it. I want you to know that it's okay to experience fear, that that's natural. Especially if you're making changes. Sometimes your brain tries to keep you where you are, to keep you safe, when actually there is no danger. Your brain is trying to keep you around what's familiar to you, because that can feel safer. It's predictable. It's something that potentially you can calculate. You know how it's going to go and you're familiar with it. But the unknown is not unsafe. The unknown is beautiful. And I want to remind you that you are always guided. Your spirit guides are always there for you. And you are always, whatever it is that you believe, you are being guided by beautiful forces in the universe who are there to help you, protect you, to guide you, to show you your next step forward. And all we have to do to be able to follow that guidance is to be able to hear, feel, and sense that guidance. And you know what the best way is for us to be able to sense that guidance? It's actually for us to let go of all of the thoughts that are blocking us from that guidance. I know what it is, what it's like to feel like letting go of those thoughts of fear is scary, because then you're just surrendering. It's like you're surrendering to the unknown. That can be scary. Sometimes even more scary than the fear itself, than the things that you're actually afraid of, and I understand that. But you know what's incredibly reassuring is knowing that when you let go of that fear and you step into that positive energy, you step into that calm, your peace. That calm and that peace is where your guidance is. That is where your guidance is at its clearest. It's when you take away all of these thoughts. Because we are pure positive beings. I know it doesn't always feel that way as humans. But we are pure positive energy. And when we experience those negative thoughts, they can block us from our intuition and from that guidance that is trying to come to us. Dude, have you ever felt really, really in flow? Let's say you're doing something that you're really incredibly passionate about and you love it so much and you've just felt so alive. And you could feel the exact next move that you needed to make, and you didn't know why you felt it, but you could feel it. You could feel what you needed to do. you could feel that connection, that flow. We often connect it to creativity when we call it being in flow. Well, that was your guidance. And that is what it's like when you allow yourself to let go of these thoughts that don't serve you. And the reason I want to remind you of this is because I want you to realise that it is safe to let go of this fear, and that in many ways it's actually the safest thing that you could do, because it allows you to get in touch with that guidance, to feel it and follow it. So again, I'm here to remind you that it is completely okay for you to let go of those thoughts of fear. So whatever those thoughts are, allow them to come to the surface now. Because remember, letting go of thoughts is not pushing them away. You don't need to push these thoughts away. When you push against something, often they end up coming closer to you, which is why we're just allowing these thoughts to come to the surface. You're going to let yourself acknowledge those thoughts. You're going to look at those fears and say, I see you. I see that thought, and I recognise that that thought is not real. And so allow those thoughts to come to you. Allow yourself to look at them and acknowledge, I know that you're here to try and protect me, but actually you're not serving me in that way. And I can acknowledge you, and I can acknowledge that fear, and I can also let it go and let it dissipate. I can let it go with love and light. I can accept that it was there, and I can release it. I can choose to support myself with thoughts of love, and with thoughts that remind me that I am safe and that everything is okay. And as you think that, I also want you to, as you let go of these thoughts of fear, I want you to give yourself the chance to actually think, if I moved forward in this way, as I let go of these negative thoughts, what if everything worked out incredibly? What would it be like? What would it feel like? What are the possibilities? Because remember that you have so much control than you think you have. Often by letting go of control, it's often when we have the most control. You get to choose what you focus on. What you focus on matters. So focus on the beautiful outcomes that you want right now. And remember that support is there for you. That it is completely safe to let go of these fears. Because in letting go of these fears, that guidance, that support, and that loving energy is going to be there to catch you and to guide you and to keep you safe. So we are just going to pluck out those last few thoughts, just allow them to come to the surface, and we're just going to pluck them out. We're just going to let them dissipate beautifully. One last one, let's just pluck it out. And that is the end of today's video. By all means, leave me a comment. If you have any ideas for topics that you'd really like to see me do, then please let me know in the comments. For any of you who it's relevant to, I am opening a group program where we're basically going to be working on beliefs, on creating positive self-talk, and you're really going to be connecting to yourself and to really help you step up and make the changes that you really want to make. So if any of this feels relevant to you, it's going to be, I forgot to say, it's going to be based on course material, but we're also all going to be in a group where there's going to be a lot of interaction. So the group is basically going to be based on voice messages, which means there's going to be a lot of interaction there every day for 6 weeks. It also means that we don't have calls scheduled, so if you're working, you don't have to worry about that. You'll still be able to be really, really involved in it, like at whatever time suits you. So if any of that feels relevant to you, then I'm going to leave the link down below. DM me on Instagram if you're interested. Subscribe if you are not subscribed and you would like to do that. I'm going to leave my Instagram handle down there so you can follow me as well. And I will see you in the next video.